What's up guys, Dirk here from Intelligent Cryptocurrency, and today's video is going to be a bit different. I'm going to do a bit of a walk and talk because I'm here in this beautiful island. I'm here in Krabi in Thailand, and while I'm here I still wanted to make some video updates, so I don't really have the computer access or the green screen or anything like that. And yes, this is completely real, it is not a green screen. But Bitcoin almost hit $18,000 overnight, okay? And it's November 18th. It almost hit $18,000, so that's nice. What I wanted to share with you also is let's talk about a few things. What is happening with Bitcoin? Where is it going to go? Should you buy into Bitcoin? What about altcoins? All that kind of stuff, right? And as I'm making this video, let me go and have a walk on the beach. As I'm making this video, I also made a video like 3 days ago about 7 top YouTubers that I follow in the crypto space. And I realized there's so many more that I actually follow that I didn't add to the list. So I'll probably need to make a second one. But as I'm doing this video, it really reminds me of one crypto YouTuber that I really enjoy his content too, Didi Taihuttu. He's a Dutch guy known as the Bitcoin family. And basically what happened with him is he sold everything he had back in 2016 and put it all into Bitcoin and took his family, and he's been traveling the world since. So I actually hope to get him on the channel and do an interview with him one of these days. But really cool videos, he does them daily, he does these walk and talks and shares his thoughts about Bitcoin and the charts. If you want to go follow him, check him out at Didi Taihuttu. So Bitcoin almost hit $18,000, and I want to share with you in 2017. So I also made a video not too long ago, I'll link to it up here, where I shared how I got into Bitcoin early 2015. I bought a bunch of Bitcoin and basically I sold them too early, and that sucked. But then I got back into Bitcoin full time and crypto in 2017. And I remember early 2017, right? Bitcoin was trading low 1000s, 2000s, and then I just saw it go up and up and up. And this was crazy to me because not only did it hit the all-time high, the 1100, the peak from 2013, but it started going higher and higher, and it just didn't come back, right? And I saw it go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to 20, and we didn't get the pullbacks that we were after. Now, back in early 2017, Bitcoin did go up to about 3,000, and then it dropped to about 1,800. So it did have a very nice 30-40% drop, and it had multiple of these 30-40% drops throughout the actual bull market, right? So nothing goes straight up, but the drops and the pullbacks are quick, and they're not as deep as you'd like them to be. In my experience, that's what I've seen anyway. I have to turn around here because it's the end of the beach. So that's kind of what we've been seeing now also. We've had this massive run from 8,000, we're almost at 18,000 now. And we had the pullback from 12 to like 10,000, but it didn't really pull back as much as people wanted. I thought it was going to fill the CME gap at low 9,000s, mid 9,000s. It didn't really do that. And it just took off. And that's usually a good sign that if it doesn't drop to those targets, that it's going to go higher. And we've seen it go higher and higher. I've had friends who said like, I'm gonna buy Bitcoin and wait for it to pull back a few thousand. This was when it was at like 12, 13,000. Obviously, it's just been going higher and higher and higher. Now, if this is going to be the bull market that some people are talking about, where we're going to go to 50, $100,000, you can expect it to continue going a lot higher over the coming months and not hit those pullback targets that you're looking for. So maybe it's not going to go back to 10,000, or once it goes to 20, maybe it's not going to drop back to 15 or 16. Maybe it drops by 2 or 3,000. Who knows, right? But keep in mind, 30 to 40% pullbacks in a bull market are completely possible. Now, should you FOMO into Bitcoin at $18,000? I would say no, I wouldn't do it, because sure, maybe it'll go to 30 or 40 or 50 from here, but it's had such a run up. The chart looks very, very vertical, very parabolic, and it could easily drop, like I said, that 30, 40%, it could easily drop back several $1,000s. And then if you FOMO in at these levels, well, then you're gonna, and the first thing that you get immediately is to see a drop, then it's gonna suck a lot, right? And you might end up selling. You bought high, you sell low. So you need a plan, right? You need to know when you're getting in and why you're getting in. And that time was when Bitcoin was below 10,000. it is, in my opinion, not a good time to buy Bitcoin when it's at 18,000 and it's just run up massively by like $10,000 over the last several months. Okay, it was trading at $4,000 in March. So 7 months later, 8 months later, we're at 18. Now, one thing that is an opportunity, I think, is altcoins, because Bitcoin is pumped a lot, but altcoins are still very, very low. Bitcoin is back at like almost 90% of the all-time high. Okay, it's almost back at the all-time high. There's altcoins out there that are not even 50%, like Ethereum. Ethereum right now is only about like 35-40% of the all-time high. There's altcoins out there that are like, geez, they're still down like 90%, you know, and that is the opportunity. Now, one thing that's interesting to note also is that back in 2017, Bitcoin peaked on December 17th, 2017. It went to almost $20,000. That was the end of its parabolic run. It spent very little time there. I'm just gonna go in the shade a little bit because it's super hot and I'm gonna end up getting burnt if I stay in the sun too long. So Bitcoin peaked on December 17th, 2017 at about $20,000, and it spent very little time there. But if you go and look at the charts, many of the altcoins were still very, very low at that exact time. If you look at, for example, ICX, it was trading at under $1 back then, right? And in the month that followed, it went all the way to the all-time high. That's when we saw the massive, massive alt pump. ICX went to about $13 after Bitcoin peaked. So, in my opinion, the opportunity really is altcoins. Okay, the opportunity that we have right now is not FOMOing into Bitcoin and hoping it's still going to double. Because even if it doubles from here, even if it goes to $36,000, it's only a 2x, right? Which isn't a lot at all in crypto terms. And altcoins have the potential to literally do 30x, 50x, 100x, right back to their all-time highs. So that is the potential. And again, you got to think about, why are you doing this? Why are you positioning yourself? Are you doing it just out of FOMO because you've missed out and you've seen it go up and up and up and you don't want to miss it going up even more? Or are you doing it because you see it as an asymmetric bet, you're in it for the long term, and you know, you see this opportunity to turn a few $1,000s into 100,000 or a few 100,000 or maybe even as much as $1 million, right? And again, you want to be smart with your investments. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, but experts say no more than single-digit percentages of your net worth. So 5% of everything that you have, you know, no more than that. And you want to be smart with this because, again, it's an asymmetric bet. Altcoins have the potential to do 30, 50, 100x, right? So if you have $1,000, that could potentially turn into as much as $100,000. We actually saw it with Lend. I keep bringing up that example because it's a perfect example. It went from 0.003, so literally a third of a penny, all the way to 90 cents. It did more than a 200x. So that means $1,000 put into Lend back in the 2019 lows in September 2019 could have turned into as much as more than $200,000 from a single $1,000 bet. So again, that shows you don't actually need to make crazy bets. A few $1,000s has enormous potential, provided it's you bet it on the right coins at the right time. You don't want to be FOMOing into anything that's pumped. And that's why you want to position yourself early, right? You don't want to wait until it's too late because you can see how quickly it goes. And then you're in this tricky situation, like with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is at $18,000. If you didn't buy Bitcoin when it was lower and you were like, man, I'll wait until interest picks up. Well, now it's at 18,000. If you don't have any, you're in this difficult position. Are you going to buy it after it's pumped $10,000 and it can drop back by 30, 40, 50%? Or, you know, what do you do? Like personally, I wouldn't buy Bitcoin at these levels. I don't know what it's going to do. Maybe it'll double, but maybe it'll halve, right? But altcoins, on the other hand, yes, they're low, and yes, they can still also drop 30, 40, 50%. But at the same time, they're so low compared to their all-time high. And if what happened in 2017 with the Bitcoin altcoin ratio and the relationship, where first Bitcoin pumps a lot and then altcoins follow, if that happens again, which I think there's a very good chance that will happen this time, well then altcoins are going to be an enormous ROI play, because, you know, like Bitcoin, like I said, even if it doubles, even if it triples, it's a 2 or 3x, right? And for that to happen would be insane, even right now. But for altcoins to go 10x wouldn't even be that crazy because they have low market caps, they're still way down, and that money from Bitcoin that's there, people are in profit. Almost everyone now who bought Bitcoin in the past is in profit, you know, except for the people that bought maybe at 19,000 or 19,500, but we're almost at 18,000. So almost everyone is at profit, right? So that means there's going to be a chance. And as Bitcoin goes higher, the upside reward gets less and less. Like I said, maybe a 2 or 3x. The downside becomes higher, you know, the chance of it pulling back 30, 40, 50%. But the ROI in altcoins and the potential there becomes even higher because, okay, now you can take your profits from Bitcoin and start accumulating altcoins like crazy. And then the chance of, you know, 10xing the altcoin becomes much higher. And then you can put it back into Bitcoin and have even more Bitcoin. A lot of people will think like this, and sure, maybe MicroStrategy, who bought $400 million worth of Bitcoin, is not going to buy like little altcoins, but a lot of the individual traders and people who have been in the space for a long time, they understand this relationship between Bitcoin and altcoins, and they're going to know at some point Bitcoin is going to be oversold, which, you know, it's gone pretty vertical, and it's on the shorter time frames, it's getting pretty high. Doesn't mean it can't go higher, but it's getting pretty high. So the risk reward starts to favor, hey, let's start buying altcoins now because they have a higher potential, potentially a lower downside, and so on and so forth. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please be careful. Do not FOMO into Bitcoin without a plan, okay? Don't, it's literally the fear of missing out, okay? If you've missed out on Bitcoin and it's at 18K, don't go and buy it just because it's pumped so much. Have a plan and stick to that plan. And in my opinion, that plan is altcoins right now, and it might still take a couple weeks, it might still take a couple months, but remember, in 2017 the peak was December 17th, and the altcoins really started moving from mid-December to about mid-January. So let's see, are we going to get a repeat of that? I think it might be possible actually, but otherwise, you know, we have the whole of 2021. Altcoins are looking really, really good. Bitcoin is looking good. The cycles are following along with the previous halving cycles, where, you know, we get this massive boom and peak about 18 months after the halving. We had the halving in May 2020. So everything is looking really positive. Everything is looking really, really good. You know, smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. I'm going to go and walk around and really just try and enjoy this island a little bit more. Leave a comment if you have any questions about cryptocurrency, about altcoins. Always happy to hear and help out. As you know, I have a membership which is all inclusive of courses. I write a monthly newsletter. You get access to all my previous newsletters with my research. I have a private Discord chat group where I'm in there 24/7 pretty much, and all the other members give you help in real time and share what I'm personally buying and selling. So if you want to check that out, go to intelligentcryptocurrency.com, or it's the first link in the description below. For the month of November, I'm still holding a special offer where it's a one-time join fee instead of an annual renewal. You know, you sign up during November, you never have future renewals, you're in there, you get access to all future newsletters, all future additions to the course, the Telegram group, all of that for a one-time fee, which is something that, you know, other people in the space, they don't do. It's all annual recurring, and my membership will change to annual recurring starting December 1st. So if you want to join before that happens, go and check out Intelligent Cryptocurrency. And for the rest, be smart with your investments, guys. Don't overextend, don't over leverage, don't FOMO. Be smart about it. Be patient. That's the key also. Okay, it might still take a few more months. It might still take a year. But putting that small bet on crypto has the potential to be literally life-changing. And hopefully in a year from now, I can be in a nice place like this where, you know, all of us watching who bought cryptocurrency are going to be very, very wealthy. Thing is going to be also, we got to cash out, right? Time is not yet, obviously, but at some point, that's going to be the key. You're going to have to take profits. You're going to have to take your chips off the table, because cryptocurrency, it booms and it busts. And I think this time will be no different. I think we're going to get a massive pump. And I think after, when that's done, we're going to get a massive dump once again. So be smart, okay? Don't get too greedy. If you're up huge amounts or life-changing amounts, take it, okay? I've heard too many stories of people who were up life-changing amounts back in 2017, late 2017, you know, and they didn't take it. They just wanted that extra 20 grand or that extra 50 grand on their portfolio, or hit that round number, and never got there. They wrote it all the way back down. So be smart about this. Have your exit plan, have your cash out plan, and patience is key. So I'm looking forward to riding this next bull market with all of you, continuously providing you with updates news. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. I'm going to be posting a lot more, as you've been seeing lately. It takes a lot of work and effort, but I love the crypto space. I love sharing this with you guys. So subscribe, like, share, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.